Yeah, it's working. Right. Let's go. Okay. So this is sort of the formal bit for some of the guys who are going to hit this video cold on YouTube. So welcome to Escaping from the Matrix with Divine Healing. This is a free healing webinar. And I'm Nicolas Ngan of the Center for Conscious Ascension. And what is this all about? So this is about those of you who are stuck in your corporate 3D job especially and feeling emotionally disconnected from it. And maybe maybe you got quite senior and you're feeling like you're sitting on a mountain of salt, desperately looking for a way out. And if you want to join us in the panelist room where you can switch your video on, just click on say yes to the pop-up box. Otherwise, just hang out in the attendee room. You can still switch the mic on and talk to me from there. I used to be sitting in the glass box in the city in London about 30 years ago. And I felt there was something special I needed to do out in the world that would actually make a difference rather than just making money for someone else. Hi, Anamita. Thanks for joining us. And I didn't feel like I relied on the universe to give me the next steps. How do I do this? How do I go from that to what I'm doing now? And so this is the free live group Divine Healing webinar to gracefully accelerate the healing of the fear of stepping into the life you truly desire. Because about 90% of people, according to a Gallup poll in the 80s and 90s, are emotionally disconnected from their 3D job, which is a pretty serious number. It means most people are not happy with what they're doing, especially in this time of the Great Awakening that's been going on for the past 5 years. So this webinar is all about how you can quicken the process of safely letting go so you can escape from the corporate matrix, open to a new structure of life and the flow of abundance in order to deliver your gift of service to the world. So what I'd like to know is what brought you guys here, because that will determine how we flow with this. Okay. So if you just want to say your name, where are you coming from and what brought you here? Maybe say a little bit about your work situation, if that's what brought you here, and what you'd like from this. Then I get a feel for how we can flow with this one. So just wave at me or put it in the chat, you guys in your attendee room, or just switch the mic on. Tracy, you're never shy. Go for it. Can't actually hear you. You need to unmute on the left, bottom left.
Did that work?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay, so I'm Tracy and I own a massage business in Memphis, Tennessee, and I am taking my massage in a different direction, either with more energy work and healing, or I've been writing a lot too, but I'm definitely in the process of turning the boat around, committing, fulfilling my obligations here with the lease that I have, and moving in a new direction. And one of the things, I'm just getting familiar with David and his work. I'm looking at taking his divine healing class this July. So that's why I'm here today.
Okay, so in transition, well done. Taking the lead. Okay, who's next?
I can go next. Sorry, I was late. I couldn't find the link.
Oh, well, you're okay. You came. We were just getting up and running, so you haven't missed anything. So.
Yeah, I'm in France. I got the link from Robin. I didn't even question. I just registered. Beam. So, and I don't really know what I really want. I mean, I know I kind of want what I want, but I don't know how that could be a job. And then I feel really stuck because I want to move house and I'm just blocked. Like nothing happens. I mean, that's another point, but I feel it's linked because I want to be my house where I would live would be my workplace. So it's kind of all like a big soup. And I don't know, the lid is, it's so hot boiling, but nothing jumps out of the soup. So that's where I'm at the moment.
Okay. And what is it you feel you'd like to do, really? Which you really don't worry about whether it's possible at the moment, or you believe it's possible. What's your dream?
I would actually love to have a big garden and make people come, and it could be a place where people could share. That could be courses, but I also kind of want to serve nature, but nature doesn't pay me in money, so I'm a little confused because I mean, the plants, they talk to me. I have really a strong connection to nature, but I just can't see how that would be a work.
Okay. It's important to go with the feeling and pictures you're getting, because you're starting to get the download from your higher self of what you're here to really do. Okay, so
Yeah, but I doubt myself a lot. Like,
yeah, that's
I know,
normal. That's normal.
okay, so I kind of know what I want, but I can't see how it would work on this
Yeah,
planet. Like,
yeah. Well, it just grow the seed of the idea. That's the key here.
okay.
I mean, I had a feeling that I want to go and help people rather than just making money for big companies, and that's how I started. It was pretty vague. Didn't quite know how I was going to do it. I just knew that I had to leave this corporate job, which I did, because the energy was so had dropped on it, and it was time to do something else. So I just worked it out as I went. But what we're going to do today is help clear some of the blockages, unstick you a bit, hopefully, so you can move forward. It's like one day at a time when you do this. It's actually quite tricky to work out the whole plan, which is what our minds would like to do. It's more like following the spiritual signature. Follow what opens your heart the most, and there is a plan for each of you, which is drawing you here to escape from the matrix in whatever form that is for you. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that a bit.
Okay. My job now is I teach few hours in a school in Denmark, an online school for children that don't fit into the system, but I still teach the programmable system, and that's bothering me because I would rather just play with them and know who
Yeah,
they are. But I'm very good at that. But as soon as I get into the classes where they get into the exam mode and all that, I can't do it. But the smaller ones like 11, 12, I'm so at ease because we just play. So
yeah. So you're living in France.
yeah, but I'm
Okay,
from Denmark. So
I can hear that. Yeah. Okay,
okay.
just wondering how it worked. Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Okay, Kitty, do you want to share a bit about what brought you here? Only if you want to, just so I get a feel for what
Yes,
you're after.
I'm also doing the Divine Healing Seminar in July to clear some of my blocks, and then to also help people get into their purpose. And I already escaped the matrix in terms of I'm not working a job that I don't like. I have an NGO, which I really use for doing the things that I love, but there's no money coming in. So for me, it's really about clearing those blocks and then doing what I love while I have money coming in, and then doing more of that.
All right, thank you. All right, does anyone else want to share? Katie, you just came on the panelist room. Do you want to share, switch your video on if you feel like sharing, or the mic? Or you other guys in the attendee room, you can switch the mics on, or just type it in the chat and I will read it out just so I get a feel for what you need. Or you don't have to say anything at all if you don't feel ready for that.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kiara, is it?
Yeah.
Hello.
I joined I joined the wrong room, but at least I could hear.
Okay, what brought you here?
Well, I did like the title "Escape from the Matrix" kind of intrigued me, and also I guess I'm on a transition of trying to find what is working for me and what's not. And I do enjoy energy healing, and I think it is beneficial and helpful.
Yeah.
But I have trouble with the steps, because I can see myself doing it, but it's like the first step that is kind of hard.
First step to what? Doing the
Yeah,
healing or
yeah,
creating a business?
like to create the business. Like I could see myself with the business and all that stuff, but then I'm kind of blocked on the beginning part.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share what they need from this? Because it sort of contributes to the overall group intention. Just switch your mic on or just type in the chat. Before we go to the next stage. No, okay, we'll go to the next stage. So thanks for
The
sharing.
chat is disabled for me.
Who's that?
Hi, I'm Dina. I just wanted to tell you that the chat is disabled.
I don't know why that's happening.
Not for me, but
Okay, well, do you just want to just tell us what I'm not sure what happened there. Do you want to just tell us what brought you here, Dina?
Sure. I saw the webinar on one of the forums that I belong to, and I currently am self-employed. And I'm kind of going through a spiritual awakening. It's more prevalent now, but I'm trying to connect the dots with, what is meaningful to me, but also still make a living and relate to my loved ones who may not be going through the same type of spiritual awakening as me.
Okay. All right. And where are you, Dina?
I'm in California.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Thank you for that. Yeah, if you want to, what you can do is if you become a panelist, you can just still leave the video off, but you can actually then use the chat, I think. Tracy, can you check the chat works for you?
It does. I already checked it.
Does it work or not?
It does work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, if you just say yes to being a panelist, then you can still leave the video off. Then you'll come into the panelist room, then you can actually use the chat. But it's same for you, Kira and Irina, if you want to. Just say yes to that if you want, only if you want to. Okay. You have full control over whether you use video or not. So, okay, because the chat is definitely working. I just see it's just working here. Good. Okay. And if you guys feel brave, you can switch the videos on if you want. Entirely up to you how much you want to engage with us. Okay, so let us go back to the screen here. Okay, so the blockage to make sure that's everything's showing. It's all working. Screen share should be working now. Okay. Okay, so how do we overcome the fear of stepping into the life we truly desire? How do we actually do that to deliver our gift of service to the world? Okay, so let's talk about that. It's going to come to the side here. So I want to show you a diagram of what's going on here. Okay, here it is. So this is a really important diagram. So most of us start off here. We have our little human ego, which our soul creates. Okay, and it created it back here. This other diagram. Created it here because you are here. You are here in your earth suit in the third dimension. It seems solid. You've got your soul on board here. Okay, and we're trying to work out, well, what's going on here? But actually, we're actually multi-dimensional beings. There's much more to us than just being in our little earth suit here. We come from source, all that is great spirit, God in a non-religious sense, if you like. And this energy sits in the 12th dimension. And what happened, though, in the creation of this universe is that all that is wanted to know itself. And I spent a long time thinking about that, but then it realized it needs to have a direct experience of that. Kira, do you want to bring the camera up a little bit so we can see your face? We can just see, if you just tip the laptop lid back a bit, or we can see you a bit more. Yeah, just push the lid back or adjust the angle of the tablet or whatever, because we can't see your eyes. Yeah, that's it. Now I can see you. Thank you. It's great. Welcome. Okay, so the Great Spirit did an out-breath of itself from the 12th dimension through all the other dimensions until it became densified. So it got to a point that it had a spark of it called your soul, encased in an ego construct, an ego avatar, and a physical body, but forgot this is where we come from in the third dimension. And so most people go around, especially light workers, thinking, well, what's my life purpose? What am I here for? Okay, searching for that. And that life purpose carries our gift of service, what we're here to deliver to the world, which often for us light workers, we make up 2 or 3% of the population. That is usually the source, it's the core of the businesses we're going to create to try and escape from the 3D matrix to make a difference in this world, because we came here to bring higher frequency, higher consciousness to the world, to raise its frequency through our work, our spiritual work. So that's how we got here. But we're encased in this little human ego that limits us. It creates a sense of limitation to see if we can break out of it. So the result of that, if we just follow our human ego created by our soul contract, the sounds of our name, we end up on this dotted line down here, the path of suffering, because we're following what our mind wants to do, the left brain. And so in order to escape from the matrix, we need to expand our consciousness into the vastness of spirit here, so that we can access the higher level parts of us, higher consciousness parts of us, so we can begin to access we can start to open. I'm going to change the color here. We can start to open and access higher consciousness up the 4th and 5th dimensions. And this is where our higher self sits, the higher dimensional part of us that's not in the body, that can guide us so we can actually find and manifest our true purpose. Many of you have expressed the feeling about it, but I'm not quite sure how to turn it into a reality. So the source of the inspiration, the divine plan for each of us sits up here in what's called a visionary template of the higher self. And as you open up spiritually, as you dissolve your ego construct, ego avatar, your frequency rises, and then you can start to embody parts of that visionary template, that plan. And that's how you create your business. That's how you escape from the matrix. So what happens then is that we start to transition from the path of suffering to following the spiritual signature, the path of getting into your flow in life. And as you start to get into your flow in life, that's how you escape from the matrix. You move into a different bubble. You move into what's called a 5th dimensional space, where you're following spirit. You're following the solid line, which is what opens your heart in each moment, rather than following the dictates of the matrix, the corporate matrix especially, in doing what you're told. And on each moment along the spiritual signature, there's one right action that will, and if you open your heart, the soul will open your heart, and you feel your heart opens to the next step. And your job is to basically start to learn to converge on this, become conscious what your heart opens to. Because you followed in your heart what you should do in each moment, according to the soul, and your consciousness expands, you're into the flow, you get into the flow of your life, And then that will guide you, that'll connect you to your divine plan, connect you to your, we call it the visionary template. It will connect you to the flow of your spirit, and you will escape from the matrix. That's your intention. And you will align with spirit, and you'll have a completely different life, a much happier life, more fulfilling life. You'd be one of those 10% of people who feels fulfilled by their work. Okay. And so we use divine healing, which is what we're going to do today, to start to make this shift across to following the spectral signature. It takes a while to dissolve an ego, okay? Because we have to have that sense of being separate from Mother, Father, God in order to break free from that sense of separation and journey back to Mother, Father, God by following the spiritual signature. That's the whole purpose of life, to see the spark of the divine, spark of Mother, Father, God in us, called our soul, can through us, our conscious personalities, which are brand new in each lifetime, and they're created by our soul contract. Can we get home back to God in consciousness? That's the whole point of life. Okay. Any questions on that so far, guys? Just wave at me or put your hand up, digital hands at the bottom. That's why we're here.
I have a question.
Go for it, Anne.
I get totally what you say, but what is difficult for me is to know what exactly is higher self saying and who is speaking. Like, how do you... I get glimpses, then I'm in the flow, and then bam, I'm out of it again. It's like really chaotic at the moment.
Okay. As you clear the ego construct here, it's so just about being still, because the mind is going to go initially. The left brain's going to go, is it real? Is it real? This higher self thing. I used to do that all the time. And then after a while, it becomes just a feeling. If there are multiple choices in front of you what to do, you'll just be a feeling. What you do is you just feel into each one, and your heart will open to the one, and your body will open to whichever one is following the spiritual signature, and that'll lead to the next best step for you. And if you connect with another choice, which is not not following the spiritual signature, there will be a closed down, compressed feeling in the body, and the heart will close. So that's how we follow the spiritual signature. So it's about clearing the body of the emotional separation programs, and it's about being attuned to little intuitive inklings from spirit. They're not going to have a big bullhorn and just talk in your ear, or they do sometimes, but it's more a gentle flow, and then the ego basically surrendering through that flow. Does that help?
Yes,
And
I get that. It's just like I have so many opportunities at the moment. I don't know which one to take. I don't know how to feel if it's right.
Yeah. Well, what you do is it's very important to close your eyes and imagine. Everyone do this now, okay? Everyone sit up straight. Sit up straight and close your eyes. And when the left brain engages, it'll want to lean forward. So I want you to lean forward and feel how the left brain, mental body engages. The energy gets a bit tight. It's trying to figure things out. It's trying to control things. And now I want you to lean back from the vertical, move more into the right brain, feminine side of things. Feel how your body relaxes. It's more receptive. It's more open. So when you're trying to decide what to do, be in this position and try on things and just see what happens. Okay. All right. So each of you probably has some choices you want to make at the moment. So visualize and feel in your heart by leaning, and you're leaning back with your eyes closed, because we need our eyes closed, because our mental body cuts in and starts to figure it all out, and it's actually in the way. It's actually a bit of a nuisance. So lean back, feel yourself relax, and try on one choice. If you have two choices, it could be any situation. Like try on one choice in your heart and see how your body responds. And it opens and expands. That's your soul saying, yep, I want to go for that one. Just feel how it opens. You feel more joy in the body. Now the next one, okay, so allow that choice to dissolve out of your heart. Then pick another choice, another option, and see how that feels in your heart. See how if your body opens or closes to it. My eyes sort of squint and go closed. My body goes tight when my soul's telling me, I don't want to do that. Okay, now open your eyes. You ready? How is that, Anamita? How did that feel? It's not what you think, it's how did that feel in your body?
Yeah, there was one option my head did like that. That was a clear no. Like,
yep.
And then there was another option where I couldn't really feel it. Like, there was not a big thing happening. It was kind of not neutral, but and then there was another one, but I felt like it was there was such a big energy coming up, like not a yes, but I could feel like movement on that one.
Yeah. So that's telling you the one where there was a bit of movement, that's more likely to be a positive thing to pursue. Okay, and you might have more than two, you might have 3 or 4. So what you do is you try them all out, 3 or 4 options in a certain situation, and the one that opens your heart the most is the one where you're following the spiritual signature.
Okay, but it's actually scary because the one answered yes was the one to give notice from my apartment without knowing where I'm going.
Well, then it's an issue of trust, isn't it? Obviously, you've got to make a sensible 3D decision. Yeah. Yeah. So it's about, sometimes life requires leaps of faith. I left my 3D job in 1997 and I just went traveling for a year. I just trusted it would work out and just followed doing what I said to you there. What should I do next? Eventually, I ended up in England about a year later. And I've been doing this business part-time, but then I turned it into a full-time business and I'm still here doing it. But I didn't know I was going to do that. I thought I was going to go back to New Zealand, but I tried that. I lasted 6 weeks. My heart said, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. So I did. Okay. So it does require a lot of trust. All right. So what we need to do in order to become emotionally clear enough to escape from the matrix is to clear here the many layers of our ego onion, like lack of trust, fear, uncertainty. So we get back to the flame of consciousness, we get back to the pure love that we are. And the more clear and more peeled our ego is, the easier it will be to feel in your heart, what is the next step? I mean, I use it for cooking. I don't know what I'm going to cook. I don't plan in advance. I just go to the fridge and feel in my heart what my soul or my body wants to eat. Okay, I run this business this way as well. I used to plan everything out, having been taught financial planning when I was in the corporate world. I just do what feels right, and it works a lot better. So we're going to peel some of your ego onion today, which is blocking you feeling heart opening, okay, or blocking you moving forward. All right. So what we're going to do is that we're going to take a lot of the emotional separation created by your soul contract. Think of this as the mud of life. We're going to bring consciousness to it. We're going to transmute those fears, that lack of trust, into lotuses, the good things you're here to deliver to the world. Because the process of transitioning from where you are now, escaping from the matrix, into what you truly desire is your training, it's your learning. It provides the tools, it provides your gift of service by working through that. So it's the journey that matters here. So let's take a look at the primary separation programs that we as humans carry. Okay? There are 3 primary separation programs. From left to right, they are, when we pop out of our mother, we feel, there are 3 things we feel. We feel abandoned by God. We feel unworthy to be loved by God. And we have a sense of mistrust of God. And that unique combination forms our human ego. And our job as light workers is to dissolve all these, heal these, so we feel reconnected to God, worthy to be loved by God, and we trust God. Because if you have all that running, your life will flow. So there's a bit of mistrust of God. You just share with us animate, and it's normal to have all this. Okay, that's the 3 core ego constructs. So what do most people do with this stuff when it comes up? Well, here's what happens. Most humans will avoid any combination of those feelings, so they get stuck. As you notice, people get very stuck. As we awaken as light workers, our ego tends to judge itself and feel bad about our programs. Most people do this who are starting to wake up. But we're going to choose the 3rd path, which is about resonating and owning the program, turning into it and feeling whatever is in our ego in you, bringing feeling consciousness to it in the body, and to find the origin of where that came from. And this is how we do it. So think of this as the program we carry. It's blocking us from escaping from the matrix, blocking us getting to our gift. And this is our willingness, desire, and courage to clear it. And the fact that you guys have turned up and saying you had plenty of willingness, desire, and courage to do this. Because when you can bring feeling consciousness to an issue, what you feel you can heal. Because all the soul wants you to do is feel that issue, mistrust, unworthiness, abandonment. That's what it wants to do. That's how it grows. It grows through this visceral, intense emotional experience in the body. This is why we come into bodies. But the ego is onto us. It knows we're going to do this. So what it does is it puts this turquoise layer of frozen energy. It numbs us out, because what you can't feel, you can't heal. So it shields the issue from us, which is why sometimes it's hard for us to break through. Because the ego is very attached to keeping us separate from God and consciousness. So what we do is this. We bring our willingness to desire to do this, and we start to dissolve with love this frozenness. Okay? And it's much more powerful working in a group like this or in a divine healing class. And we dissolve it, and we bring our feeling consciousness into the issue, and we start to dissolve it. We break through the defense mechanism with love. And then Spirit starts to move the energy, because all our soul wanted was to feel it, then we can just clear it. So we're going to do some of that with divine healing. And what happens is that all these emotional blockages in our system, they steal our energy, because we have to contain them. The ego wants to contain them so they stop us from moving forward. It takes a lot of energy to hold them in our system. So what we're going to do is we're going to dissolve a few today. As we dissolve them, then our life force is freed up. We have more freedom in life to move forward. Okay, so we're going to have a direct experience of divine healing now. So first off, we're going to open up more to the higher self. Here, this red line, this is the 4th dimension, the astral plane, and the place people go in the movies when they see the tunnel of light. We're going to open up a hole in this interference, lower astral beings and energies, which are blocking your connection to the higher self, so you can have a better connection with the higher self. Okay, Because the better the connection with the higher self, the better the guidance it's going to embody through you to create your escape from the matrix. Okay. All right, so that's what we're going to do first. So I've done a divine healing opening, which basically means I've aligned you each with your higher self. All right. This was turned off. Okay. And in having that more aligned connection, it's going to make it easier to clear the layers that eat that ego onion. Okay, so I'm going to clear a bunch of interference to punch a hole through here for you guys. I want you to close your eyes and lean back. And I'll be doing this quietly. But breathe through your mouth so you can feel what's going on. I'm just going to open the window. It's a bit hot now in England. It was a cool spring and suddenly it's warm, 10, 15 degrees warmer. So I'm going to clear what we call earthbound souls. And these are beings who have left a physical body and are hanging out with you because you're carrying similar issues that their ego avatar and the body they used to inhabit was working through. And they still want to work on it. Okay. We're doing this quietly, but you may feel your body move. You may feel all sorts of energies within, on the surface of your body and outside your body. You might burp or whatever, or shake. It's fine. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so feel the energetic shift. Okay. Because these beings are going to go to are going to be taken to the light. Angelic beings are taking them to the light. Now we're going to release extraterrestrial presences. It's nothing to worry about. These are just beings who are curious. They're vibrating in the astral plane. They're just curious about how we work because we have a really strong range of emotions here on Earth. We're going to clear them because their very act of observing us is actually interfering with us. I'm going to clear them quietly now. Feel the shift. Now we're going to clear discarnates, entities, and attachments. Basically, everyone else who's been hanging out with you from the astral plane, who's been limiting, distorting your connection to the higher self. Here we go, quietly. And they're leaving now. Feel the shift. We're making sure they can't come back. You might want to yawn. I want to yawn up today. Okay. Okay, so clear the interference, so you've got a better connection to the higher self. Now what we're going to do is I want you to focus by still keeping your eyes closed. Focus on what it would look like as if you had already escaped from the matrix, and do your best to visualize and feel in your heart what it would be like to have done that already. And if you're not fully clear what it is, as some of you expressed, just do your best to get as much clarity with what you do have. And the most important thing is to visualize and feel what it will be like. To have, I don't know, maybe running workshops in the garden, Animeta, and Tracy transitioning over your massage practice to being into more healing, or whatever it is for you. Okay? Because what we're doing is we're opening to your visionary template, and anything is possible. And keeping leaning back and become aware of whatever feeling is coming up in your body. And it's okay, whatever that is. I feel I want to cry, but really. And breathe your awareness into that feeling. Take your conscious awareness into it rather than turn away from it, which the ego will want to do. It's a negative feeling. You might feel disbelief. Can this really be happening? Breathe your awareness in to the feeling. And it's like a big, it could be like this big red sphere of energy, however it looks for you. And then expand your awareness. Breathe your awareness to expand into all aspects of that feeling. Bringing feeling consciousness to it. Go right to the edges of that feeling. Feel how that program around the feeling operates in your life. Feel how it's sabotaging you. This is called a main low frequency program that you're feeling at the moment. Just get a sense where that feeling is in your body. You get a sense where it comes from. Maybe it comes from a past life. Maybe it comes from early childhood. Another shadow energy or something happened that triggered it. And let yourself open to all aspects of this feeling. Perhaps the attachment to it. Maybe form the basis of your identity. The feelings of being bad for having it. And all the judgment around it. The more you can open to it, the more it can integrate and heal. Now I'm going to do what's called a command code. We're going to ask Saint Germain, one of the ascended masters who works with us with divine healing, to pull the purple flame to the aura and subtle bodies and burn away all the low frequency energies of this feeling. I want you to keep breathing into it. Here we go. So I'm commanding the universe to help us now. That's what we do in divine healing. Because we are the spark of divine, commanding the universe to help us. We command Saint Germain to pour the purple flame through the aura and subtle bodies and burn away all low frequency energies that we have discovered, so that new higher level vibrations can be accessed, accepted, and encoded. Keep breathing through your mouth, not through the nose. Keep you in the body. Saint Germain and High Self, please burn out in one go. 100% the core issue through all levels and dimensions. 100% the original cause through all levels and dimensions. 100% the source of its power through all levels and dimensions. So keep breathing into that feeling. 100% all energy attached through all levels and dimensions. 100% all of its effects through all levels and dimensions. 'Thank you. Now feel the shift. And expressing gratitude opens up a pathway to source. It bypasses all the ego resistance and barriers to creating what we desire, in this case, escaping from the matrix. So just breathing now into your body, see how you feel compared to how you were a few minutes ago before we did the command code. You may feel lighter and clearer. You may feel as if that low frequency program has just gone. Divine healing cuts these programs out really cleanly. There's different layers of them. There'll be many layers of the same program. You just got to the first one. Now I reckon from experience, about 80% of our issues that we carry to work through in this life, they come from past lives where we haven't actually worked them all through. So I want you keeping your eyes closed and leaning back into the feminine. Still become aware of the past life issues which are holding you back from escaping from the matrix, holding you stuck, holding you in lack of clarity, whatever it is, preventing you from moving forward. This is called the negative context of our life. And if you look behind you in your mind's eye, the time-space continuum behind you, you may see energy trails, little squiggles of light going back into those past lives. Always lifetime as a monk, poverty consciousness. So I'm sensing there's 3 of them in my case. I want you to become aware of those past lives. And we're going to use the past life chart here to clear them. This information's always been there, it's just about how you access it. Here we go. So I want you to keep breathing your awareness into those lifetimes, because we're going to clear the past life files in your systems. Here we go. High Self, please clear, heal, and integrate all these files and memories, including all cellular memories, the DNA, and the subatomic levels. This group is now ready to heal all traumatic lifetimes, blocking your escape from the matrix into the full manifestation of the gift of service in this lifetime, in their businesses and in whatever other form it's meant to appear in their lives. at all levels and dimensions or time frames, realities, and universes. I command that any soul fragments held with these memories now return to this group, fully whole and intact as appropriate. They welcome these soul fragments back. I command that the whole holographic matrix be repaired through each member of this group, through all layers and levels then brought into full alignment, integration, and balance, to allow for wholeness to emerge. Everyone say thank you. Just embrace the shift. So in a bit of a shift, you may feel lighter. Okay, so now we need to integrate what we've just done. So what I'd like you to do is open your eyes and have a look at the screen. And we're looking at a nutrition chart. There's 26 charts in Divine Healing, level 1. And we're going to use nutrition, which is actually the frequency of a physical substance. And the higher self will pick one for you to help you integrate the shift you just made. All right, so, and because you're more clearer, you're going to get clearer answers. So I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to ask you to pick a number 1 to 4. And whatever number comes in your head is the correct number from your higher self, and write it down. Okay, so pick a number 1 to 4 and write down whatever number came first. Not the second one, but the first one. Or just remember it if you don't have a pen.
I'm confused. We pick one from each A and B? Or
No. I just want you to keep your eyes closed.
okay.
I want you just to, I'll do it again. So pick a number 1 to 4, animator, whatever comes in your head. And that's your number.
1 to 4? What? I don't.
So it's a number 1, 2, 3, or 4. So it's a number between 1 and 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is called number mapping. It's what we do in Divine Healing to allow the higher self to guide us through all these charts that we use to work out how to dissolve our ego onion, how to get back to God, how to escape from the matrix. Okay, I'll do it again. So pick a number 1 to 4, animator. Okay. Has everyone got a number now? Okay. So basically, this chart's done alphabetically, but numbers are much easier for the mind. So if you got a 1, then we're going to go for amino acids, the particular nutrition. 2 is B, essential fatty acids. 3 is C, and 4 is D. Okay, so if you got a 1, which is amino acids, close your eyes and pick a number 1 to 26. And whatever number comes in your head, write it down and write down the amino acid here. If you got a 2, which is B, that means you chose an essential fatty acid. So close your eyes and pick a number 1 to 20. Write that down. You don't have to know what, even better pronounce the stuff. Just the higher self's already guiding you to work this through. Okay. If you got a 3, that's mineral. You got 3, what I want you to do is close your eyes and pick a number 1 to 22 and write it down, and then see which mineral you picked. So just my neighbors out the back. If you got 4, that means your higher self picked vitamins. close your eyes and pick a number 1 to 27 and write that down. See which vitamin you had. Yeah, there will be a recording, you guys. Someone's asked for a recording. We'll email you the recording next week. Okay, so it's okay. I'm not sure that if someone says they have to leave early. It's okay. Okay, so okay, so you remember which one it was. You've written it down. Whatever you chose has been put into what we call a divine healing stack. It's like an energy container. So whatever your say it's B5. Mine was capric acid. It's gone to the divine healing container. So I want you to switch your microphones on now, and we're going to do this command code together to infuse this nutrient into your body. It's going to infuse through the crown chakra, and it's going to balance you out from what we've just been doing. Okay, because when you can hear everyone say it, it's much more powerful. Microphones on the bottom left to unmute. Okay. So we're going to say the statement here slowly. You got to mean it, okay? Because you're commanding the universe. So remember, say this along with me. Higher self, please encode these nutrients
Nutrients.
in the balance
The perfect balance
that is required,
that is required,
and clear and align all pathways,
and clear and align all
Simulation.
Clear and
pathways.
align all pathways,
absorption, and utilization.
Utilization.
absorption and utilization.
I can't hear because there's some kind of interference somewhere.
Well, I think it was just there was a bit of background noise. But as long as you say the statement, Anameta, that will work. Okay,
Oh, it's written there. Okay,
it's written
sorry.
down. So I'll say it again. Say it with me. Just read off the page. High self, please encode
Is
Hi.
in
this nutrient in the perfect balance
perfect
that
balance.
is required, and clear and align all pathways,
And clear and
that's
align all
assimilation, absorption, and utilization.
Clear and align all pathways for making
Utilization.
assimilation and utilization.
Feel the shift.
Utilization.
And then we say thank you.
Thank you.
And you feel this energy come in, it comes from the crown, it goes down the center core, it spreads out into your body, and you feel a bit more integrated. Because what we're doing is we're peeling layers of ego onion, so you might feel a little raw. And now we're just integrating it all. So you're taking a layer of whatever program was in the way, and you're escaping from the matrix. You're taking it out. Okay. All right. Okay. Just a little taste of divine healing. First on asking, you shall receive. How are you guys feeling from that? Anyone want to share how that was? Compared to when you started? Wave at me. Or...
Better from when I started.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I unmuted?
No, you're fine, Kiara.
Oh.
Is it Sierra? Is it Kiara?
Kiara? Is that how we say
Sierra.
it?
Sierra.
Sierra. But some
Okay.
people call me Kara, so I don't mind.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better.
Yep. Okay.
That's pretty cool. And I even feel better on what I should do.
Good. You got clarity.
Which is keep on with the energy healing.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Tracy, you want to say something?
I was gonna say that Sierra has a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
I feel lighter. On the first thing that you did to punch the hole through, I don't remember what step it was. My whole digestive system started gurgling and making all kinds of noises. It felt like, "Ah." And I honestly didn't feel like I was going to get much out of this today because I've come so far in my journey. Like I am currently manifesting like crazy and having all kinds of insights and just it's amazing. So I was going to tell Anne earlier in the conversation that back when I started my journey through this, it was very hard to know what to listen to. It was very difficult for me. But what I noticed was just to pay attention to what my emotion was. So if I made a decision and that led to sadness or anger or frustration or whatever, then it would just help me stay on track for the next time of what to listen to, if that makes any sense at all. But anyway, you'll bump out of 5D and back to 3D repeatedly, and it will start to slow down. It's kind of like a pendulum swinging. So it goes back and forth like this. And then as you get closer and closer, it will come down to a stillness point. And so, I mean, I can pop out and really quickly pop right back in now with the progress and the journeying that I have done. So I didn't really feel like I was going to get much out of today, and I was surprised. I felt it. It was good. It was good.
Okay. Thanks for sharing, Tracy.
So just to clarify, you didn't stick with the choice if you felt any of those emotions?
So, like, you know, if I look back to when I was completely involved in the matrix and living out my ego's protective, whatever you want to call that for myself, I would be, I was literally a hot mess. I would tell you that. I would be, you know, just fine 1 minute and crazy the next, and not crazy, emotional, you know. And now that, you know, for the last 5 years, even becoming aware of that there was even a matrix, or that there was this program that I needed to get out of for my happiness. It was just even that awareness coming back to being able to say, and really going to that quiet place that David was talking about, where you just close your eyes and you start feeling that situation inside your heart and really pay attention to it. But even now, I'll make the wrong decision, and then immediately I catch it and I know, and it's just about continuing it. The easy part, it's so easy, it's so simplistic, and it's so easy just to tune in and listen. The hard part is the discipline and coming back to it repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. And then you'll see, as you look at your life and journaling, write it all down, write everything down, because you can look back and say, I know I was feeling this way and I did it anyway because I wrote here in my journal, da 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 da. And then it just comes back to a trust that you build in yourself. And it's really fabulous. It's amazing. I just keep saying, keep going, wherever you are, keep going. It's worth it.
Okay, thanks, Tracy.
Great
Okay.
encouragement.
Katie, you said, I feel tingling in my body. It's awesome. Okay. What else we got here? Okay. And Katie's also said, I feel like my heart hurts, like it still has a crack in it from my last heartbreak. So maybe, yeah. Well, there's always deeper layers of heart wounding, Katie. I thought I'd healed from it. Healed from that. Yeah, more layers will come out if you had a heartbreak. Anyone else want to share their experience of that?
Yes.
Anameta?
Mine was, but I can't even think anymore. I feel like I'm blown out.
That's the idea. We want to stop thinking. We want to feel.
gravity was
That's what we're doing here.
because I have been going into the same trauma or pattern. That was the one that really sat with me when you cleared out. I don't know, because it happened like a train passing. It even happened before you started the clearing thing. It just boom, boom. But it was this part of me, these emotional states that I get into. Well, I saw, oh yeah, I saw my vision. Now it comes back. I saw my vision with me in front of a house. It's the same house since 3 years I see.
Yeah.
And then I got into my thing that I do all the time. Like I get overwhelmed, will never work, but it's not things from my brain. It's not my conscious brain. It's so unconscious. It just creates emotion straight away. I feel overwhelmed. I feel never will happen. Nah, 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 nah. And then that got cleared out. I could really see it. And then another part of me, another aspect of me also got cleared out. One that I don't have right now, but that I have when my daughter is here. So that came out. But so many things happened. I mean, the extraterrestrials, that was crazy. It was because I was abducted as a child during night. And
Yeah.
when you did that, the spaceship that were coming to my parents' address is gone. First, it left my energy field, and then I was like, "You were already gone further." I was like, "No, I need to clear it out from my parents' place. I don't want it there when I come." And then I asked it to be cleared out from there, from the geographical location, and that worked.
Good.
So
Progress. Okay. Anybody else want to share? No? Okay. How about, let's do the next bit here. So that's the taste of divine healing, guys. Ask and you shall receive. You basically bring consciousness to whatever feeling is coming up on the top layer of your emotional ego onion. Bring consciousness to it. You find out where it came from. You go deep into the feeling of it. Then you do a command code. I did the first two, and then you have a go. Command code to clear it, and the higher self will clear it. And the higher self will peel your ego onion in the right order because it built you, so therefore it knows how to dismantle the ego onion created by the self contract. Eventually, you go back to you get to a completely dissolved ego, where your ego becomes surrendered, and it becomes a servant of the higher self, higher consciousness, to express your gift of service. And part of that is escaping from the matrix. If you're, you'll find a way out, but it's about taking it one step at a time when you do this. So you'll never really know how it's going to happen. It's just about doing what is the next step, being present in the moment. That's what divine healing is about. So the structure of divine healing, this was channeled in 2005 by Almira Ariel and two other colleagues, Shakira Shells and Mary Lemar Institute. This is the 12-strand DNA, which is where our programming is carried. It's based on 26 charts, level 1. And basically what happened is we did the following charts. I did an opening before you started, and I'll do a closing when we finish. And we cleared up interferences, so we punch a hole through the astral plane to connect to your higher self. Then I had you focus on where you wanted to go, which was escaping from the matrix. And whatever was in the way is going to come up program-wise. So we cleared main low frequency programs. And then we did a variation on this past life death chart. We didn't use a death part, but we cleared any past lives which are blocking you from escaping, and which created this program, the feeling here. So that's quite a lot of shifting in the ego. So it's important not to destabilize the ego, but to lovingly change it. And then we infuse nutrition here to integrate it. That's why you all feel a bit more integrated and grounded. So level 1 has a whole bunch of charts here, which are all channeled by the three, Mary, Shakira, and Almira. And so what we do when we learn this, this is taught on a 4-day training. It's like we spend 4 days doing what we just did now. we work our way through these charts in a specific order, following the spiritual signature, depending on who turns up in the group. And I do a demonstration of how the chart works. Well, I explain it, first the theory. If it's a simple chart, we just do it as a group, just like we did now. If it's a more complex one, someone volunteers and they act as the guinea pig, and we do the chart on them. And then you guys go off into Zoom breakout rooms. If you're not familiar with breakout rooms, it is a digital private space. We have two students go in, and you give and receive the chart that I just demonstrated. And then me and the teaching team and assistants come around and just supervise to make sure that you're okay as you do it, that you understand the protocol. So basically, we work our way through all these charts in the right order. It's different every time, and you get a massive 4-day healing intensive. Plus, you learn how to so you learn how to do divine healing on yourself. This was only an hour. And you also learn how to deliver divine healing to others if you're interested in integrating in your practice. So the point of this is to become very, very conscious by peeling your ego onion. And if you do that, then you are going to overcome a lot of the programming, preventing you from escaping from the matrix and preventing you from discovering and embracing your gift of service and getting it out to the world. Okay. So are there any questions so far on any of this, what we're doing here? No? Okay. You can put them in the chat otherwise. So let's get to the bit more on the presentation to finish off. So basically what, to summarize divine healing, because you had a direct experience of it, is basically it's a multidimensional system where you open to the grace of God, basically. It's a very quick and profound and accurate set of healing tools which you can use on yourself and others so you can reconnect to higher consciousness. So you can become self-empowered, become very conscious, and that guides you in moving to escape from the matrix. And it can help you make your life really happen. I mean, my life has changed radically since I learned this in 2006. It was the key tool to dissolving a very big ego onion, very dark, complex one. Helps you understand and transform the fundamental underlying programming that creates your life in each moment. Makes your dreams come true. Helps you develop and fully live your vision. So you can heal deeply, completely, and easily. This is the good stuff here. Reconnect to your, so you can reconnect to your true essence and tap into your gifts and qualities. Experience more love, joy, fun, and aliveness. Create more flow and become the master of your life. And that means you're in charge. You're manifesting your reality. You're not at the mercy of outside forces in the same way, because you're taking out, dissolving all the programming, creating the stuff you don't want in your life. So if you're interested in learning this, whether it's just for yourself or for helping others or both, the next training runs on the 11th to the 14th of July, online on Zoom. It runs for 8 hours. It's 4 1.5 hour slots approximately. It starts at 12:30 UK time, goes to 8:30. So that's 1:30 to 9:30 European time. If you're in North America, start at 7:30 Eastern time to 3:30 in the afternoon, 4:30 AM Pacific to 12:30 PM. Because we aim to cover from the west coast of North America across to sometimes India, Australia, goes all the way to New Zealand sometimes. We try and cover the Western Hemisphere with us. So the full fee is £571, about $660 US, but you can secure a place with a deposit of $193 or about $225. And if you want to find out more about it, just go to the divinehealingtraining.com. That'll take you to the website page, and you can go dig right into all the detail of it. But this was just to give you a direct experience of it today. So, any questions, people, about any of that, of the experience? I know some of you are thinking of coming on the training. No questions? Was that clear enough what it is? Or you put them in the chat otherwise? Okay, so Katie said number B17. So you could take 17 for the next month, or you could just ask for it to watch the video and get it for free. You just follow the command code in the video, and which will be out probably early next week, and then just infuse it directly. Okay. All right.
I have a question about the training.
Yeah, Anna.
I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work after we have done this.
That's good. That's the whole idea.
This is like it's a so there is a lot of training. It's not only theory. Is that what I got right?
Well, what we do is that I explain each chart, what it means and how to use it. And then I will do the whole chart on everybody in the group. It's a simple one. The more complex one, I will demonstrate on someone who volunteers, so everyone can see how it works and see the shift. And then what you do is you pick a partner you're drawn to. You always get the right person. And you go to a Zoom breakout room. Are you familiar with Zoom breakout rooms?
Yes.
Yeah, you go to Zoom breakout rooms, the two of you, then you give and receive the treatment. So you each of you gives it and receives it. Okay. So you get to experience the delivery and the receiving of it. And that's how you learn the chart. When you come back to the main room, we talk about it, bit of feedback, then I teach another chart. We do that for 4 days, basically.
Okay.
That's how you learn it. So you learn it by using it.
Yeah, that's good. That's how I want.
Being in the field, so you won't forget it. It's experiential learning. That's the way we teach it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't retain anything if it's just blah blah.
No, you'll be doing it. Just
Okay.
like you did it now, you'll be doing it.
Okay.
Okay, so you become it. That's what happens. Any other questions? Anybody? No?
I have one, but I'm a little
Okay. Another one.
intimidated
Go on.
because I don't know if I'm demanding too much. If you could just sit with me with these 3 choices and just it's just because the one where I said I opened, I feel like it was not ego coming in, but I'm really bad at how to interpret what my body tells me, because in a fraction of a second, the mind can come in.
Yes, can. So what you do is it's important to lean back, and then breathe through the mouth. The breathing through the nose keeps you in the head. Breathe through your mouth with that choice, which open your heart the most, and just see if it happens again. See if your body opens to it. And if it does, that's reinforcing that was the correct one.
Okay, now nothing is interfering. So now I take the second one.
Yeah.
No, my head says,
Well, thinking about it too much, you see.
So, and then the third one was, the third one is like, yeah, okay.
So it takes practice. It takes a while for the mind to let go control, because the mind's used to being in control. We're trained that way in the West. Okay, but it's ultimately about surrendering to spirit, because the body will always tell you the truth. The mind gets it wrong 50% of the time. So the odds of getting it mind by thinking about it, working it out, are very low.
But it's fun because I have discovered this thing when my head goes, it's really not me, it's my
Well, maybe that's the way your soul's communicating to you. So,
but the yeses, I never get the it's
well, the yes will be a heart opening. It's like your body opens to the feeling. You feel more joy, more ecstatic. That's a yes.
Okay, but it depends if my heart is closed or open. I mean, if it's closed all the time,
Well, the soul will do its best to open it, but
yeah,
if you do more and more divine healing, the heart wound that keeps it closed, we all have heart wounds. It's the nature of being human. Will make it easy to feel the heart open. I used to never be able to feel my heart open, but I've done a lot of work on it. So
thank you for sitting with me. It really helps because
it's a lot better now.
I knew the thing that got me excited was my mind, but now there's just neutrality and I feel good about it.
Good. Some progress has been made. Okay. No more questions, guys? No? Okay. All right. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we see some of you on the training. And have some water and take it easy after that, because it's quite strong what we're doing here. All right. Okay. Take care, everybody.